Here, and the stakes for the #1 seed in the East, like physically, as we take a look at our starting lineups presented by Care Business in one of the most difficult road environments. Mark Lindsay, our officiating crew, and we're off and running here in Cleveland. Darius Garland immediately looking for Mobley on the box, but it's deflected, and some of that significantly improved Pacers defense. Andrew Nembhard. So a stop at one end and a lay-in at the other for the Pacers.
Just not the start if you're the Cavs you're looking for. And if you're the Pacers, you want to come out with the same kind of force you had in display in Game 4. But how about Garrett Allen? Another big, who was a non-factor in their last game. I really feel like the Cavs have to establish, I'll give you a football term, their ground game. They've got to own the paint. That's going to be key here tonight.
Andrew Nembhard on the attack, couldn't finish with a left-handed scoop attempt. Strus. Allen, good activity, trying to keep it alive. Mobley, extra possession. Garland from deep. Misses badly, tracked down in the corner by Halliburton. First thing Kenny Atkinson said in our conversation with him, force and energy. We didn't play with either in Game 4.
And I was shocked. You know, not that they didn't win, but they didn't have a chance to win. We get a foul on him.
Talked about just how tough, there's no doubt, with the way his team looked in Game 4.
And Spiro, I'll be honest, every game from that point on has got to take the mindset of a Game 7. It's literally an elimination game. And whether you win or not is not the issue, but whether you compete at a high level is.
So Garland has missed his first two. It looks like Garland's got a little bit of a limp to his gait. We've seen him labor since coming back. Third game back from him since missing those 4 games. Remember, he was out more than 2 weeks. Here comes Donovan Mitchell. No limp to his gait at the start. The spin. And misses off the back rim. So the Cavs, one of their first 5 from the field. A couple of minutes gone by. Early stages. Into the corner. Siakam tees one up. And both teams cold at the start.
Yeah, a little bit of anxiousness, it feels like, on both sides.
Mobley playing with purpose here at the
resistance there, but he didn't get deterred by it. He stayed relentless on that attack to convert.
Andrew Nembhard, who's been such a catalyst, gets it to Halliburton. It rims out from deep, and the rebound knocked into the waiting arms of Max Strus. So Indiana, one of their first 5, as Halliburton. Allen gets it to Garland, who's going to get him reset, chased by Aaron Nesmith. Just so many perimeter defenders at Rick Carlisle's disposal. Mobley won't get a better look than that with Siakam pulling the loose change. Here comes Siakam, Euro step to the rack. Well, you should not be able to do that for a guy his size. What a finish by Siakam.
And you know that Siakam is a gamer. He has been in these moments before and has that ability.
Darius Garland trying to turn the corner. Cavaliers, some early offensive hiccups. Mobley steps back, so the Cavs are now 2 of 8 from the field, and they've missed their first 3 from deep. Siakam on the baseline, who will pull. Turner.
Handed, no Sam Merrill tonight.
Will ever surpass Larry, but it's been for Carlisle as he continues to match wits with Kenny Atkinson. So Max Strus stays on the floor with 2. And obviously, when you consider what's at stake tonight for the Cavs, Kenny Atkinson and his staff going for broke. Donovan Mitchell working against Nembhard. Look at the defense by Nembhard, sticking with Mitchell, not giving him an inch.
And every shot thus far for the Cavs has been front rim. It's been short.
Miles Turner, a little bit too much. And Garland tracks down the long carom. Mobley. Mitchell from deep. Mitchell's had 1 good game in this series from 3. It was in that Game 3 victory in Indianapolis. This is Nesmith, corner 3, rims out, but a nice heady play by Strus to knock it out of the hands of Siakam.
Yeah, just a little hesitation there by Nembhard.
Here comes Mitchell, lopping from Mobley, and he's. Gee, it's just such a crazy moment that the Cavs are in tonight. Just think of this in franchise history, title hopes that were so strong in this city. And suddenly 3-1. How do they respond in this kind of a moment tonight? Turner poked away. Here comes Mitchell off to the races, to the rack, and he hits. Those two, and obviously Matherin's going to be hearing it all night here in Cleveland.
Yeah, and interesting also, he didn't go with T.J. McConnell as the backup point guard. Decided to go with the bigger lineup here and bring Mathurin in.
So it has been physical at the start. Both teams struggling from the field. Indiana, 2 of their first 10. Nembhard. So he's gotten now 2 of their first 3.
Had 3 attacks at the rim here to start.
5th among all postseason players this postseason in assists per game. What a player he's become for the Pacers. Mobley! Beautiful.
They were loaded up, 5 sets of eyes on the basketball, and when you get that as an offensive team, you've got to start cutting. Great job there.
Already the second basket for 21 points, his third 20-point game so far of this postseason. Here's Obi Toppin.
The possession to the Cavs.
So we hit the midway point of the quarter. Lead pass, Allen. So already the 2 bigs, Mobley and Allen, looking much more engaged than they did at any point in game 4.
I keep going back to it. That ability to put pressure on the rim, so important.
Garland lines one up on the weak side rebound by T.J. McConnell, who's checked into the game for Indiana. Aaron Nesmith dribbles around Hunter, taking flight. Nice challenge by Wade, but Nesmith is able to clean up his own mess.
How about the second effort there by Nesmith? He just continues to have a positive impact on the game, does so many things well for the Pacers.
Garland.
A change to the rotation the coach makes.
Or you find out about a coach who's thinking on a night like tonight. Mathurin, tough shot. He just kind of flung it up there, working against the very skilled defensive player, Isaac Okoro.
That's one of the advantages with Mathurin and Nesmith. They're 2 guys. They can both shoot the 3, but they can also be physical on the attack offensively.
So inside the 5-minute mark left in the quarter. Garland working against McConnell. Gets a screen, pulls up, mid-range J. So sweet from Garland.
And again, I like the aggressiveness. Even though shots haven't fallen, you still got to play the game that your team relies on you to play.
3-point lead for the Cavs. Darius Garland finally getting one. He missed his first 4 shots. Bryant, the spin, taking a little bit of contact from Hunter. No whistle.
You knew that early hit was going to be there from the Cavs. But now they kind of settled into the game, and they are right where they want to be.
Mitchell! It's done in this series, I think, to game 2.
Going in to affect your play, how physical you are, how focused you are.
About the 7:09 mark of the quarter. And he is still on that Pacers bench as we are inside of 4 minutes left. Mathurin steps into a 3, well short.
Altercation, right? I didn't think he handled the crowd riding him. It seemed to affect him, and that shot indicative of that as well.
With still 3 and change left in the quarter, Gia, you like this move?
I love this move. You win the night, you're going to have plenty of time to rest to get ready for the next round. I would say you tend to trust your best players, you know, because generally when you're a really good player, you understand how to make the adjustment when you're playing with foul trouble.
Box score, Cavs all 5 from 3, but you like the balance that they're playing with offensively.
They're not settling. They're in attack mode. They're dictating. And the thing about all those shots at the rim, it gives you a chance to control the defensive transition, because that's another element of this. Keep the Pacers in the half court.
Hunter, full extension. So 7 fast break points for Cleveland and still none for the Pacers.
And the Pacers, they're not a team built to play slow or to play late in the shot clock.
3-time All-Star Pascal Siakam working, shot clock winding down. Siakam, Wade, excellent defense. McConnell somehow saves out of the corner. It was Siakam who kept it alive.
Great effort there, but you can see the defense. Look how difficult it is for the Pacers to get an uncontested look.
But Mitchell took it away from Shepard, and then he coughs it up at the other end. Here comes McConnell weaving through traffic. A savvy vet, 6th year playing with this Indiana franchise.
And even you're going to be on their heels a little bit, allowing the Cavs defensively to dictate their possessions.
Siakam trying to ignite this offense. A little bit of contact, no whistle. Wade was there. Mitchell changed his mind, but
again, I like the unselfishness, but you had Mobley with an opportunity on the offensive glass there, and he was expecting Donovan to pull.
Obi Toppin misses, and now the Pacers are 1 of 10 from 3. Cleveland on a 20-7 run, but they've committed back-to-back turnovers by Mitchell. Hunter's going to pull. Largest lead of the game for the Cavs. Key piece on that surprise run to the conference finals. And now trying to take this franchise one step further.
And I like the fact, he hadn't shot it well, but he's been aggressive. And he's been aggressive to attack, which you like. Trying to just stem the tide here from the Cavs.
15-point game, Mobley working against Toppin, the spin, the hook, and he puts it, doesn't.
He plays like this. He is a different animal.
Obi Toppin, the turn. Food deserves Pepsi. The Cavaliers, the top seed in the East. A team that won 64 games this season, playing to save their season tonight. Got possession and a 15-point lead. Halliburton effects, knocked it away, but then Mobley the loose ball. Here comes Hunter, nice little feed. Allen.
That's an example right there, just having a little bit more effort are the Cavs getting to that loose ball.
Boy, Aaron Neesmith situation. The Garland actually suffered that torn ACL.
Tatum and Brown part of the rotation and grow with this young group.
So we are inside the 9-minute mark in the first half. Cavaliers shooting percentage up now to 56%. Hunter coming with some serious heat.
Saw it in the last outing.
He was so good during the second half of the season after they got him in the midseason trade, but he just has not looked like himself so far in the series up until tonight. But what a start for Hunter. He's got 7. Turner, a little bit of Bielik, and Ray DeFrancis, a crew that doesn't nearly get the love that they deserve, bringing you these pictures and graphics.
No better group in the business, and I got a sneaky suspicion, Spiro, you're going to be mine, or you can get it down around single.
But you also saw the experience of a team that made a deep postseason run last year. So they answered the bell. How would Cleveland handle the pressure of this moment? So far, so good as they play with a 19-point lead.
Defensively, they've done a great job, and that's what you want to see if you're Rick Carlisle. Your best play shot, settling down this Pacers group here.
Was the Eastern Conference's Defensive Player of the Month back in November. Underneath Siakam, this is Neesmith, well covered by Hunter. Neesmith gets it back, extends it to a 3, short. Siakam trying to keep it alive. Neesmith, bodies all over the place.
Bound all series, whether it be baseline, full court, sideline.
Turner, as Allen is turned back. Turner, one of the elite shot blockers in the sport, and then it's Neesmith connecting from.
Thompson told me that the message to the group was, don't get on the plane if you don't believe.
Very here somewhere 2023.
This Cavs team not need more of his mindset throughout that roster if you are trying to win a championship.
So the Cavs lead back to 15. Nembhard left open with Hunter stumbling and Nembhard on life.
And this is a big stretch here because they don't have a true point guard on the floor. They're going to go with Mitchell.
Boy, the tapped-in Wade play as we come up on the midway point of this second quarter. Neesmith working against Mitchell, trying to turn the quarter. Mitchell, excellent defense. Neesmith able to hit nonetheless.
The skill level for Neesmith there just a little bit better.
For the evolution of Aaron Nesmith's game just stark. He's got 9 points and then the steal.
If you notice, the Pacers are picking up full court. They know that they'll create the offense where you can have Donovan catching it with a live dribble where he can get into attack.
Indiana Pacers at 1 point down 19.
To get them into their offense.
Darius Garland trying to grit his way through and give his team what he can. Pulls up, a little bit short. So Garland is now 1 for 6, and he's missed all 3 of his shots from deep. Here comes Halliburton, turning the corner, underneath to Turner, couple of fakes. Couldn't finish. And that's the defense of Evan Mobley, bothering that shot. As we cross the 5-minute mark, Mitchell crosses over. And Mitchell is now 3 of 9 shooting.
You're the Pacers right now. You gotta feel great because you're making the Cavs feel.
Halliburton with a deep.
Get a little bit more involved. Extending the pressure there are the Pacers. And that was almost an 8-second violation.
Kenny Atkinson pleading that Garland should have gotten the call. Up, missed it, and it's Wade again, his second putback.
How good has Dane Wade been? Really both sides, attacking that offensive glass, but then also defensively for the Cavs.
We come up on the 4-minute mark before halftime. Miles Turner, shot clock at 9. Halliburton looking for some daylight. He's going to pull again. And Tyrese Halliburton has ignited Indiana's offense.
How about 3 triples here in this second quarter? And you can just see the different energy level here from the Pacers.
Jews have hit 5 of their last 6 from deep. Andrew Nembhard trying to get himself into the paint. Halliburton on a skip. And there's the heat check.
From Indiana.
Tyrese Halliburton's are down a little bit in this series. Sometimes, look, it's hard to quantify how well your star is playing, but it just comes down to wins and losses. As he's got his team in a position to play.
They continue to struggle there, and the Pacers have definitely had more of an impact from beyond the arc.
Now, Cleveland was 2nd during the regular season in 3-point shooting. Garland, pounded by Shepard. They turn.